Hi, my name is Anahí Barreto, and this is the rhetorical analysis of the Gillette commercial We Believe, the best a man can be. This video was released in 2019 as the beginning of a campaign that meant to donate $1 million to men in order for them to reach their full potential. Through the video, the brand discusses concepts such as sexism, sexual harassment, aggressive behavior, and bullying. It also supports and emphasizes its support for the movement Me Too, which started in 2017 when several actresses started to make complaints against the film producer Harvey Weinstein, leading charges of sexual violence. This movement started a huge fight that united men and women that wanted to fight for women's rights and the diversification of masculinity. By 2018, this was a huge phenomenon on social media, and several brands used this controversy either to show their support or to sympathize with their customers in order to get more sales. In the Gillette commercial, the brand showed to the world their new slogan that changed from "the best a man can get" to "the best a man can be." The new image of the brand meant to be more inclusive. The purpose of the video was to raise awareness towards the social behaviors mentioned before, and is directed towards the current clients of Gillette and men from different social backgrounds and age groups. Through the use of short video clips common in everyday life, showing various forms of violence and how to stop it, the Gillette commercial We Believed hoped that their clients felt encouraged to stop reinforcing toxic masculinities and identified as the agents of change. First, starting with Pathos, the commercial can be divided into clear parts. In the first one, Pathos is used to bring up emotions such as guilt, sadness, and makes viewers feel identified with the daily life situations shown. The first shots show common men, along with short clips that show scenarios of aggressive behavior between men, sexual violence, women being underestimated, and bullying. The clips emphasize the victims of the different kinds of aggressions and the aggressors, which are common people that act as if the situations they are observing are normal. This is evidenced in their facial expressions, attitude, and word choice. For example, in a certain moment when two boys are fighting each other, the situation is normalized by adults when they say the phrase "boys will be boys." In the first part, there is an instrumental background music that has a rapid tempo, which portrays chaos and restlessness. Once the problem is presented, the second part of the video starts with social complaints that appeal to bravery, fight, and encouragement. To reinforce these emotions, there are several clips that show the news talking about sexual harassment, common men showing others to respect and stop aggressive behavior towards themselves and women. Additionally, the music becomes calmer and portrays hope. Finally, the video ends with shots of children with the phrase, "The boys watching today will be the man of tomorrow." This exact part of the video intends the audience to feel responsible for their actions. Apart from the music, there is a narrator that critiques the social accepted behaviors such as aggression, bullying, and sexual harassment, and show that there are ways to make a change. Moving on to logos. As mentioned before, the commercial is divided into sections. In the first one, there are small videos of daily life situations that are used as an evidence of the toxic masculinities and the way society responds to them as if they were normal. This part is used to make viewers identify the situations they live or have experienced. Additionally, these arguments are used to strengthen the point that there is a huge cause worth to fight for. It is important to notice that this whole revolution is symbolized by a small scene near the beginning of the video, where the old image of Gillette with the slogan "the best a man can get" printed in a huge paper is broken. Then, in the second part of the argument, the resource of small clips is also used, but this time they contain scenes that show it is time to change our society and defend the ones that are being abused. This part of the video encourages men to change little by little their behavior. Finally, the commercial ends with the phrase, "Only by challenging ourselves to do more that we can get closer to our best," implying that it's difficult to stand up against toxic masculinities, but if you want to be the best man you can be, you need to change now. This idea shows that the meaning of masculinity in this century has changed drastically from the past centuries. Now, speaking about ethos. The commercial uses extrinsic ethos when it presents video clips that contain a famous actor, Terry Crews, news programs, and men that have gone viral on social media as a way to prove that the situation that they try to change is being supported by recognized sources. Nevertheless, they use intrinsic ethods when daily life abuse situations are represented by the actors or the visual evidence. It is intrinsic because viewers may recognize these situations and by personal experience be assured that they are really happening. Finally, now that the structure in which the video was presented has already been addressed, it's important to discuss whether or not it was effective to transmit the message. The way in which the video was presented clearly makes the audience understand which was the social or historical background that inspired the video. Nevertheless, the campaign had a lot of bad critics because people thought it was a war declaration against masculinity and men in general, which was not the intention of Gillette. This is the reason why I believe that when brands use a social controversy in order to empathize with their clients, they need to be really careful and think how the audience will react. People have a subjective mind that can make them understand messages in very different ways. In this case, for example, Gillette wanted to encourage men to change and to help others to change and not feel attacked. This is why I think that when every brand releases written information, visual information, behind that there needs to be a social and psychological study in order to have a good response. And there needs to be a correct use of logos, pathos, and isos. Thanks.